Hey guys, welcome to Social Studies Today. We are actually talking about World War II this week. We're going to learn about some of the reasons it happened, exactly where it happened. We're going to be learning about some different battles that happened and what happened right after World War II. So if you look on my screen right now, what I did is I went to Google Earth and Google Maps, I'm sorry. And I showed you where the United States, Europe, and Japan are on a map. And that's going to become important in a minute. You guys know where the US is, of course. Europe is one of our 7 continents. It's not a country, it's a continent like Africa, Asia, and Australia. And there are lots of different countries in Europe that are about to get really important. So see, now off to the side right here, you can see a little bit of Japan. Japan is an island right near China. We're going to be able to see it better in a minute. So what does that have to do with anything? Well, let's go to the year 1939. Now, many countries in Europe were starting to get in war at each other. In fact, the reason why is Germany, this itty bitty country circled in red right here in Europe, was trying to take over many of the countries. Now, Japan was friends with Germany. There's a better picture of Japan at that time, and they were trying to take over some of the countries around them in Asia. And then but the United States didn't want to go to war. We were far away from both Europe and Japan. Look how far away we are from both of them. So we did not want to go to war. And in fact, most countries don't usually want to go to war. War is not something you usually want to do. So why does it happen? Well, there can be lots of reasons why you go to war. Here is some that your standard suggested. One is sometimes countries want more land. They want to take over other countries or otherwise get more land. Another is they want more things. They want more supplies. Maybe they don't have very much water in their country, and so they want to go and make war against a country with a lake. Or maybe they want some of the good resources that the country has so they don't have to continue to import them. So number one is they might want more land. Number two is they might want more things. Number three is they think that the country should be run a different way. You might go to war against a different country because you don't like the way their country's run. Number four, they might think that the other country's borders are theirs. So sometimes there can be a little confusion about where exactly a border is. Have you ever had a time with a friend or a sibling? Or let's even talk about at school. Some of you guys were drawing border lines down your table with our expo markers so you'll know whose side of the table is whose, but then you would get in arguments about that. That happens sometimes with countries. They get in arguments about whose area is whose, and they can go to war about that. So they want more land, they want more things, they think the country should be run in a different way, they think that the borders are theirs. Another way is they might just disagree with a way the country does something. They think it should be done in a different way. So those are several reasons why different countries might go to war. So let's talk about Germany specifically. Now I have here a picture of Adolf Hitler. I'm sure you've heard about Adolf Hitler. He was the leader of Germany at the time. And Adolf Hitler was he did a lot of bad things because he thought that people who looked like Germans, so people who had blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin, were the best kind of people. And he did not like any other type of people. But when he became ruler of Germany, we talked about he decided he would take over Austria, which was the country right next to them, because he started saying, Austria is just like Germany. And in fact, Austria is really part of Germany. Let's just take it over. And so that's what he did. Well, all the other countries started going, well, Austria is kind of like Germany. They might as well be the same country. No problem. Okay, Hitler, go ahead and take Austria. No problem. But then he started taking over countries all over Europe. He wanted their land. So not only did he disagree with the borders, reason number 4 for Austria, but he also wanted more land. He started taking over countries, and he thought the country should be run a different way. He thought they should all be run like Germany. And he thought that Germany was the best, and the people who looked like Germany was the best, and that is why he went to war. That's one of the many reasons why Hitler went to war. So, how did the United States get involved? Because we were far away from Germany. We were far away from Japan. Well, on December 7th, 1941, so World War II started in 1939. This is now 1941. This is 2 years later. Japan sent some airplanes to Hawaii where we had some battleships. Now, we weren't at war. The battleships were just sitting there. And they bombed them. They sent bombs on them, and these ships were located in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. And that day, everything changed. The United States was bombed. We were attacked. So we decided that we couldn't just let them attack us. This is awful. We went to war against Germany. Back then, our president's name was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And he gave a speech, and he went something like this. He said, December 7th, 1941, a date which shall live in infamy. The United States was suddenly and deliberately attacked by the Japanese forces. And when he said a date that will live in infamy, he said we will always remember it as a bad and sad day, because that was the day that we entered in World War II. And that leads me to another reason that some people go to war, and that's they're attacked. And that's what happened to the United States in World War II. So going back over them, there's lots of reasons why people go to war. One is they might want more land. They might not, like Hitler when he was trying to take over all these different countries. He went to Poland, he went to the Netherlands. Another is they might want more things. Maybe they want more resources. Another is they think a country should be run a different way, like Hitler wanted to run all these countries the German way. Maybe they think that the other countries' borders are theirs, like when Hitler was saying, Austria's ours, we should take them. Maybe they disagree with the way the country did something. There's lots of ways people go to war. Well, next class, we're going to learn some more about some of the battles that happened on World War II. But in the meanwhile, do the activities and have a great day. Bye, guys!